Ken Huskey. I'm out here in the desert today, just outside of Palm Springs, California, with my pal Gus. Gus is a desert tortoise. Scientific name, Gopherus agassizi. Gopherus as in gopher, because Gus spends 95% of his life underground. Now, a tortoise has a lifespan very similar to a human being, in that they reach sexual maturity as a teenager, and they can live to be, in some cases, as much as 100 years. Gus is a male tortoise. Let me show you how you can tell the difference between a male and a female. And again, I can only touch him because this tortoise has been in captivity his entire life. The difference between the male and female tortoise is found several ways. First of all, this horn right here, called the gular horn. This right here is going to be larger on a male than it is a female. This horn is going to be used for ramming another male to protect his mating rights with the female. It's also used in mating with the female. The tortoise also has elephant-like legs with great big claws on them, which are used for digging. They're great diggers. There have been tortoise dens that have been measured 32 feet long in depth. The shell of the desert tortoise is most fascinating. The top piece here is called the carapace. You notice there are little panels up here. Those panels are called scutes. They're kind of like solar panels. This species is ectothermic. That means it is cold-blooded. It has to warm up in the sun in order to be active and also digest food. You notice the little lines here next to the scutes. There used to be a school of thought that you could count those lines and determine the age of the tortoise. You can get a pretty ballpark figure, but it's not completely accurate because those lines will depend upon the food supply that year, the temperature, the activity, etc. So the top of the tortoise is called the carapace, the bottom is called the plastron. Females have a completely flat stomach, or plastron. The males, you'll see on the bottom, have a concave, and that's designed to fit over the top of a female for mating purposes. That's how you can stay on top of the female without falling off. They also have keen eyesight and a keen sense of smell. When you sit this low to the ground, it's going to be hard to find another tortoise, particularly a female, but if you can pick up the scent of the female, you can highball off in that direction. Well, highball, maybe mosey's a better word for that. If you're fortunate enough to come across a tortoise in the wild, remember that it is illegal to touch that tortoise, to harass that tortoise, or to disturb that tortoise in any way. They're a very fragile species. Just by touching that tortoise, you can transfer diseases to that tortoise, which can not only kill this one tortoise, but it can carry it back to the natural population as well.